No matter how delicious a meal is, you should not overeat. In 2024, do not overeat. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Cassandra. I'm so excited to be back. Happy New Year to everyone. I wish you all an amazing 2024. So, this is actually our first video for the year on YouTube, and I want to say welcome back. I believe that we had an amazing holiday. If you're seeing me for the first time and you're wondering, who is this lady? My name is Cassandra. I'm a health and nutrition coach. I'm actually that nutrition coach who is interested in not just you eating healthy, but also enjoying healthy meals. And that is why I'm imploring you to subscribe to this channel if you have not done that. If you're interested in healthy recipes, meal prepping ideas, and nutrition tips, well, this is your go-to channel. Hit that subscribe button, tell a friend to tell a friend, and welcome to 2024. For our first video, we're actually kicking off with a bang. For us to actually move forward with learning new recipes, I always think that it is important. I actually think that it's important for us to get the foundation right. So if this is your first time about hearing healthy eating, or probably you've heard about healthy eating and you think it's just too much for you to handle, it's too much for you to understand, well, I want you to stick around and watch this video till the end. In this video, I'm going to be sharing my top 5 nutrition advice for 2024. So let's get started. You've probably come across a lot of nutrition videos, and I just want to say a big kudos to every nutrition coach out there, every nutritionist, everyone who is in the health sector who is actually educating people about healthy living. You all are doing an amazing job, and it's not really easy to combine, your job as a nutrition coach with other areas of your life. But when it comes to advice, we need to be careful of what we actually take in, the kind of information that we take in. It's important that you also do your research and understand that nutrition and healthy eating is actually a personalized journey. It's not a one size fits all approach. So, getting started for number one advice that I'm going to give to you is hydration. When we think about hydration, what comes to our mind is just drink a lot of water. A lot of people have issues with taking more water, and I'm going to tell you the reason why hydration is important. It is actually a very simple step or a very simple activity that can change your overall health. The human body is made up of organs, tissues, cells, and we have our blood running through our veins. Whatever that we eat goes into our body. And I want you to think about the medium of transportation or the medium of transport of nutrients from the foods that we eat. Now, if you do not take enough water, there's really going to be an issue with metabolism. There's going to be an issue with your food being digested. There's going to be an issue with some of your organs working perfectly. And there are actually so many ways that you can make drinking water more fun if we feel like water is tasteless or colorless. But for me, I actually think drinking water is a whole lot of fun, and you can actually tweak things up a bit. You can add some vegetables and fruits if you want to. Fruits like cucumber, strawberries, these are nice fruits that you can actually add to your water just to level up its taste. And also, if you're someone who struggles with cravings, especially at night, hydration is actually very important. It actually helps you to control your cravings because the idea is once you take a lot of water, you feel full, okay? And you don't have that craving to eat more food or take more snacks. Hydration is not just only for nutrient absorption, for digestion, or for you to feel fuller, but it's actually very lovely for the skin. The skin is the largest organ of the body. So you need to think about all the skincare products that we actually use. Think about how much we invest in skincare products, and then think about what you actually take in. So here is my tip. Invest in a beautiful, colorful water bottle and have it around you every single time. Get a reusable water bottle. Make sure you wash it regularly, set reminders, and sip your water throughout the day. It is super important. So that is my first advice for 2024. Do not sleep on this advice. Moving on to number two advice, we're going to do something really fun. And while I make some yogurt parfait, I'm also going to be talking to you about this advice. So for my parfait, I actually have some grapes, and I'm just trying to make something really simple, just something that I can have for snacks this evening. Well, I'll actually say this is a bonus tip. If you're struggling with cravings, you're struggling with, oh, what can I just take, something sweet, something nice that is also healthy, then you should consider this particular recipe. And I'm going to show you how I make mine. It's pretty simple. I have some granola and cashew nuts here. Nuts and seeds are very important. I have my fruits, I have some grapes, and I have an apple right here, and I also have my yogurt. So this yogurt is actually fat free, it is sugar free, and I'm always very particular about the kind of yogurts that I get. You can actually use Greek yogurt, you can use unsweetened Greek yogurt, or any kind of yogurt that you want. My tip for you is if you're using a sweetened yogurt, try and add more nuts and seeds as possible. Tip number two is having a balanced plate. I've actually come to realize that a lot of us have issues with what balanced eating is. What is a balanced diet? I want you to think about biology or science in primary school. Balanced diet simply means a diet that contains all the six classes of food. And what are these classes of foods? We have carbohydrates, we have proteins, fats, minerals, vitamins, and water. So, what this means, having a balanced plate, is making sure that every single meal that you eat contains all the six classes of food. Having a balanced plate means that you're striking the right balance between carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals, vitamins, and water. And the simple way to do this is actually to look at the ingredients that you actually need to make a particular meal. Now, let's take for instance, you want to make some rice and stew. Your rice is practically carbohydrates. Your stew is going to be made up of tomatoes, peppers, your protein of choice, and of course, some herbs and spices. Now, when you take a good look at this meal, it is actually a balanced diet when you look at it. The issue is how we eat and even the quantity of meal that we eat. When we talk about quantity of meal, you also need to consider your individual nutritional need as a person. The meal that a pregnant woman would need, or a meal that someone who is an athlete would need, it will be different from what a child would need. So you need to understand your personal dietary need or personal nutritional need. It's not about deprivation. I do not support deprivation. I support you eating healthy meals, tasty meals, and enjoying yourself. It's all about striking a right balance and also nourishing your body with the right combination of nutrients. So, for a balanced plate, I want you to try this method. Use the plate method. Fill half of your plate with vegetables, and a quarter of your plate is carbohydrates, a quarter with protein and healthy fats, and you are good to go. So now that we're going to make our parfait, I'm just going to add my yogurt in here. I'll be adding my apples, some grapes, and granular and cashew nuts. So you can use almond nuts, you can use walnuts, peanuts, any nuts and seeds that you like. And now the next layer of yogurt will go in here. The third advice for you is mindful eating. Believe me, in the hustle and bustle of life, it's normal for us to overeat sometimes. But when it becomes a habit, then it's a big problem. Then you're not striking a balance between what you actually take in and what your body actually needs. Mindful eating is understanding and being observant to your hunger cues and fullness cues. No matter how delicious a meal is, you should not overeat. In 2024, do not overeat. Slow down, take it easy while eating. Enjoy the meal. Do not rush your meal, because when we rush our meals, our bodies are not sensitive to our fullness cues when you actually rush your meal. If you notice that when you sit in front of the TV or a computer, it gets you distracted and then you overeat, then I think you need to change that approach. Try sitting down on a dining table or on a sofa and pay attention to your meal. Finish eating your meal, then you can watch TV or work on your computer. And my parfait is ready. So I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of yogurt on top. I'm going to cover this and let it sit in the fridge for just a few minutes before I have my parfait. And here it is, lovely and amazing. And then this brings me to the fourth advice, which is smart snacking. So when we talk about smart snacking, what does that mean? It actually means being observant and being mindful of how you snack. I would advise that you opt for more whole foods, foods that are not overly processed, because snacking to us can be snacking on chips, snacking on sweets, snacking on biscuits, snacking on chocolates, snacking on different kinds of things, depending on what you actually like. But for such a recipe that I just created, this is actually a nice way to snack, because here you have Greek yogurt, which is, and of course, you need to look out for the kind of brand of Greek yogurt that you're getting. Greek yogurt contains a lot of protein. We have some fresh fruits such as apples and grapes. We have cashew nuts that are natural, and then we have granola. So if you make your granola at home with oats and natural things, trust me, this is an amazing way to snack. Planning ahead on the kind of snacks that you actually want to eat is another great tip, because whatever it is that is available in your fridge or at home is what you would love to snack on. But imagine having this meal prepped and you have it at home in your fridge probably twice a week. Trust me, you're actually on a great way to eating healthy and being confident about what you're eating. And now to the final piece of advice. Number five is actually my favorite: consistency over perfection. As human beings, we have it somewhere at the back of our mind that we want everything to be perfect. Well, I'm here to tell you that consistency is not perfection, and it's actually better for you in 2024. And not just in this year alone, but even in the years to come. In your job, in your business, in everything that you do, consider consistency over perfection. For example, if you're someone who has decided to eat one fruit every day, consistency is not all about eating one fruit every day throughout 2024. That is actually great. That's lovely if you can keep up with that. But you eat one fruit today, and the next day you actually skipped eating one fruit. The next day you eat another fruit, and you go on like that. Not just not just paying attention to your failures or paying attention to your shortcomings, but understanding that it's normal with life. As a human being, you're going to make some mistakes in the process. But the most important thing is you picking up and learning from that mistake and moving ahead. I would always tell you that sustainable changes beats perfection every single time. So sustainable changes are actually changes that you can create a habit from. You do them regularly, not just having perfection in a short period of time. For 2 weeks, you tell yourself, I'm going to exercise this year, I'm going to eat more healthy this year. And then you do that for 2 weeks, and then for the next 4 months or 5 months, you're not doing anything. That is definitely what you do not want this year. So I want you to ditch the all or nothing mindset of, oh, I have to do it all, I have to do it all. You need to actually start from somewhere, especially if you're someone who hasn't been used to eating healthy and understanding the basics of nutrition. So there you have it, guys. My top five nutrition advice for the year 2024. If you found these tips helpful, and of course our yogurt parfait recipe helpful for you, I want you to give this video a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and of course share this video with your friends and family. And I'm going to see you in my next video. I love you guys. Bye bye.